So I picked up a collection full of keys from the Silver and Bronze Age. I haven't even been able to process everything that's in here. There's a lot of great stuff. You're going to want to see this up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hey there everyone, this is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. And before we get started, check us out on other social media. I'm on Instagram at Bronzeville_comics. I do Whatnot sales every Monday night at 10 p.m. My Whatnot name is Bronzeville_comics as well. So this Monday at 10 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to be doing a big Bronze Age X-Men sale. And we pretty much do that every Monday night. So go in when you get a chance, follow us on Whatnot. When you see the show, bookmark it, and join us Monday night at 10. And also, my eBay store is in the description below. Now, I've dealt with the antique store, and if you've been watching my videos, I've bought numerous collections from them with some really big books. So I got a call the other day, went back and forth, sent me some pictures, went over there, agreed on a price, and I got some really cool stuff in here. And we're going to take a look at that in just a few minutes, but the antique store, they also run their own auction, Taurus Auctions, and I'm going to put a description in, or a link in the description below. On Monday, July 25th, they're going to be having their July comics, toys, and prototypes auction. The auction will be live on Monday the 27th. You can go in there and pre-bid already. The catalog will include a collection of prototype toys from the former LJN Jax Pacific Vice President of Sales, Murray Bass, and former Dan-D International Senior Vice President of Sales, Peter Joseph. So a lot of prototypes. Go in and check it out. There's also CGC graded comic books, original cartoon cells, sealed Pokemon trading cards, unopened toys, original comic art, more. Link in the description below, and throughout I've been putting in some pictures of some of the items that will be available. So they've been really great to me in dealing with comic collections, so wanted to give them a shout out and take a look at the auction they have coming up, because they do a lot of slab books. I can notice going through their auction real quick, there was some like Super Mario Brothers graded books in there. So let's take a look real quick. Well, not real quick, because there's a lot to dig through. So the collection had 4 slabs. One was a Generation 2 slab of Action Comics 684, which is a Doomsday appearance. This is right before the death, right? December 1992. It's a 9.8. Not sure what that goes for. The next slab is a 9.6 signature series of Civil War #1 signed by the Russo brothers. So that's a pretty unique item. Wizard World exclusive. That I'm not sure about. These 2 books I know a lot about. This is, I think, like the 4th copy I have now. It's a little bit lower grade. A 3.0 of Captain America 117. I picked up some raw copies of this. First appearance of Sam Wilson as Falcon. We know that Sam Wilson is going to be the new Cap. And there has been confirmed the Captain America 4 movie. And this is another book I keep getting. A low grade. Does have the cover detached, 2 extra staples added after manufacturing, and tape on the cover and interior cover. And there's also somebody signed their name an awful lot, or signed, maybe they, was it multiple? No, it's Jimmy Kinsey? Anyway, this is a 0.5 copy of Daredevil #1. So it's complete though, from what I can tell. It does have tape on the back, but that's a book I keep coming across. So let's take a look at some of the raw books. So there's some early ASM books in here, and these are pretty low grade, including, unfortunately, some, I guess, that were store returns. Number 14, The First Green Goblin, the trade dress is missing there. So still a really cool book. ASM 16, Daredevil. This is one of the handful of appearances of him in the yellow costume. Number 17, the second Green Goblin. Another return with the trade dress missing. Number 19, the first Mac Gargan, who, fortunately, this one looks a lot more complete. And number 20 shows up as Scorpion. First Scorpion. Number 21. A lot of these have tape on them. 23, third Green Goblin appearance. 28, the first Molten Man. Here we have 31. That's a big book. First Gwen Stacy and first Harry Osborn. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got. 33 with this classic cover of him nearly drowning. This classic Craven cover. This is the second appearance of both Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. Second Molten Man. Now, when you get into the 30s, these start to get a little bit better in quality. These are like maybe in the 3 to 4 range, I think. And there's this is pretty complete. 36. This one's a little bit lower grade. 37. This is the first full appearance of Norman Osborn. This one doesn't look too bad. The final Ditko book. And then after that, this classic Ramita cover. First Ramita on the book. This is Origin of Green Goblin. A lot of these have subscription creases. I believe that's a subscription crease. So then we got 42, second Rhino, first full appearance of Mary Jane. Second Mary Jane, third Rhino. Second Lizard. Third Lizard. Look at that cover. That's these now as you get further on, the condition starts to improve. You got 46 for Shocker. A couple of copies of that. That's those. I mean, both mid-grade, solid. Another iconic cover by Ramita, the Craven cover, and this kind of era is fairly complete. We got 49. Unfortunately, 50 is a little bit rougher. Right, this classic cover and the first appearance of Kingpin. That's been a book that's been on fire for the last several months. You got 51, the second Kingpin, first cover appearance. For what it's worth, the third Kingpin. Again, there's a lot of completeness to this. 53, 54, 55, classic Doc Ock cover. First appearance of George Stacy, Kazar, Tomato, iconic Kingpin cover. This one, unfortunately, this one has tape on it. This is the first Gwen cover. Right there at the bottom. And, 64, 65, 66 with Mysterio, 67, the classic Mysterio cover. '68. And I'm apologizing that this video is long, but there's, there's a reason for this. This is only the Spider-Man stuff. 69, first Vanessa Fisk. 70, a cameo. 71. 72. 73, the first Man Mountain Marco. I don't see him coming to the MCU, to be honest. 74. Classic cover on 75. 76. 77. Then it skips a little bit. The completeness starts to run a little thin. 91. 93. Some writing on the cover. 95, the London visit. 96, the drug issue, the one without the comic code. And then 100. So I'm not going to go through everything. I'll go through some of the keys after 100. No 101 or 102. The first and second Morbius. In the hundreds, no Death of Gwen Stacy, no Death of Green Goblin, no first Punisher, but we do have this Spider-Man Hulk meetup, and we have, these are mid-grade, the second full Punisher, second Tarantula. There were some annuals. No annual number 1, but number 2, right? First meeting of Spider-Man Doctor Strange, and low-grade number 5. First appearance of his parents. So those are the Spider-Man books. There were a handful of Incredible Hulk books, starting with this one. And this looks to be in decent shape. Solid mid-grade. Incredible Hulk 102, the first in his new ongoing title, as the numbering was continued from Tales to Astonish. And then the collection also had 103, 104, Rhino, 105, 106, 107, 108, and 109. And then it kind of, and 110, and then just a couple of other issues after that. But that is an awesome book. Have we seen enough? Of course not. Let's take a look at some more. Now, the collection also had a bunch of Daredevil. We saw issue number 1 in the 0.5 slab. Here's another one of slab as a 0.5. This is a low grade of number 2. First, second Daredevil, second Electro. Number 3. The first Owl. Number 5. Chunk missing out there, lower grade. This one doesn't look too bad. And again, I haven't really inspected these yet. Mr. Fear. This one is a bit beat up, but it's still this classic Daredevil cover with Submariner and the first time he wears the red costume. This one looks fairly nice. Stiltman, first Stiltman. And again, there were a lot of these early issues. Classic Wally Wood cover. They didn't have the first part of the Spider-Man crossover, but the second part, lower grade. This is Gladiator, first Gladiator. You see a lot of tape there right across the cover, lower grade. This one is a little bit rough, but this classic Captain America cover. So there's a lot of single and double-digit Daredevils in here. That's really cool. There was some Captain America, and we saw the first Falcon in a slab earlier. This was pretty much the other key issue in there, which is his origin retold, this classic cover. That is pretty cool to have. And then like this later one with his first meeting with the Punisher, but that's not really in particularly high grade for its age. Just a couple of Fantastic Fours. Second Black Panther. I'll take it. And this classic cover. Oh, there's also, you know, folks love this. First Herbie the Robot. And this classic cover by John Byrne. There were some horror books, and just as an example of that, Chamber of Darkness #1. So that's kind of interesting. Let's look for some more. Okay, up next we have a bunch of Avengers books. It started, the first key, and these are all in pretty nice shape. I mean, this one looks, wow. This one looks pretty sharp. Like, just in a quick look. Maybe a 7. First Grim Reaper. And Grim Reaper is the brother, half-brother of Simon Williams. First cameo appearance of the Squadron Sinister. And then their first full appearance. The first appearance of the Invaders. First appearance of Red Wolf. A lot of people are speculating on this book because he's a Native American hero. And there's not a lot of representation there. This book is the first appearance of the Squadron Supreme, the heroic version of the Squadron Sinister. Number 87, The Origin of Black Panther. That's awesome. 89 is the first chapter of the Kree Skrull War, and most of the, I'm not sure if all the issues, I have to double check, are in there. And again, these are in nice shape. These are in pretty nice shape. First appearance of Mantis. This is lower grade. First appearance of Hellcat. We have this giant size with Kang and Ramatut. A lot of that speculation there. Classic Thanos cover. Classic Kang cover. This is pretty sharp. I have to take a look at this. First appearance of Rogue. Annual 10. First appearance of Scott Lang, who we know later becomes Ant-Man. Let's put this down here. The 3-part Dark Wanda, including the first appearance of Chthon and the origin of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. And also, these are both newsstand, pretty high grade. First cameo appearance and first full appearance of Taskmaster. Awesome books. Some awesome Avengers stuff there. So, that's the Avengers books. Okay, there were also some X-Men books in the collection. First meeting of X-Men and the Avengers. That is not a bad looking book. That is pretty solid grade. Just trying to figure out where to put these now. Let me see. That's number 9. Number 11, First Stranger. First Juggernaut. Second Juggernaut. This is pretty solid. A little bit of soiling and staining on it, but First Sentinels. All right, for X-Men 14. It's pretty awesome. Third Sentinels. Then the first Banshee. And then the collection skipped a little bit and landed back again mid-grade. Got a big crease on it. 94. Does not have a giant size 1, but 94. 95, Death of Thunderbird. First Moira McTaggart. First cameo Lilandra. Okay, some cameos in this. It's still double-digit X-Men. Cameo Black Tom Cassidy. 100. Classic Face-Off. And this one looks pretty solid. 101. First Phoenix. Nice book. 102, Juggernaut and Colossus. These early, even without any particular key significance, they're still sought after by collectors, and it was also before the print run started to get high because people hadn't caught on to it yet. First Corsair, classic cover, a callback to X-Men 1, right? We have 107, the first Starjammers. 108, John Byrne's first work on the book. First Weapon Alpha. Classic George Perez cover. These two books I'm big fans of. First cameo of Alpha Flight. First full appearance of Alpha Flight. First cameo of Mutant X. First full appearance of Proteus, Mutant X. These are all in solid shape. Probably in the 8 to 8.5 range, I'm going to guess. Maybe even a little bit better with the press. How about this one? You know this one. First Kitty Pryde. First Emma Frost. And first cameo of the Hellfire Club. First Dazzler. And first Sebastian Shaw. Third Kitty Pryde, second Dazzler, first cover appearance of Emma Frost. No 133. But Jean Grey becomes Dark Phoenix. All right. Another Phoenix Saga. All of these, Phoenix Saga books are really nice to have. This is harder to get. The square bound is hard for this one. And then we have the part 1 and part 2 of Days of Future Past. And then I came across this was this classic Avengers cover with Hawkeye and Ant-Man. And I didn't go into a lot of the modern books. There are quite a few keys past the Byrne run on X-Men. First Forge, and I think the first Nimrod's in there, that kind of thing. A lot up through approximately 200. And there was 2 copies of this next book I'm going to show you. One was in really rough shape, along with most of the rest of the series, but here we have a nice, pretty high-grade newsstand copy of Secret Wars 8. It's got a little scratch down by his foot. Little bend up at the top, some spine ticks. Okay, a higher mid-grade. Still, great book to have. There's a ton of other Copper Age X-Men. I mean, almost every issue of the new X-Men run is in here. That is part 1 of the collection. Honestly, this is the bigger part of the collection. Again, I'd like to thank, the guys at the antique store who do Taurus Auctions. Again, check out the description and the link below. Their auction goes live on Monday, July 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But you can check out the items in the auction and bid on items prior to it going live. So you have an opportunity maybe to get some pretty cool stuff there. Check that out. And I'd like to thank them for thinking of me with this collection. We've done a lot of deals over the past, now 14 months, I guess, which is really the length of time that I've been doing this channel and being more involved in the buying of collections and selling comic books and sending books into CGC. As it's, I can't even begin to think of how many books here probably should go into CGC, because some of this, especially some of those Avengers books, are in really nice shape. The Spider-Man books, in almost any condition, probably should be slabbed up. So we're going to take a close look at a lot of the stuff there and see what to do with it. Let me know what you think about this collection. Again, If you watch the channel before, I don't talk price because I don't think it's to the benefit of either myself or the person I bought the collection from. Let's just say, you know, they know their stuff. We agreed on a fair price. They're happy. I'm happy. And there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of work for me to go through this stuff. I mean, I can't even think of how many books easily, I'm going to say 50 books that need to get slabbed. Easily. And that's not even considering the more modern books that I have to really take a closer look at to see if they're going to be in, you know, 9.4 plus shape. So a lot of scrutiny there. So again, let me know what you think about the collection. We hopefully in several months' time, we'll be getting some of these books back slabbed. And in the meantime, check out a couple of other collections that I picked up. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.